How is everybody tonight? How is everybody tonight? Just wait here for people to join in. So I'm trying something new this evening. Hey Missy. I am, because I've been going back and forth on the times, 6 or 10. So I decided I'm just going to cut them down and do a shorter chat at 6 and 10 so that I can accommodate most of my peoples here. Alright, let's see. Sorry, I have a different setup tonight, so my phone's up here, what I'm filming on, and I'm using my iPad. My laptop's toast, so it's not really helping much. Hello, Thomas from Okie. And then, hey Nathan, how are ya? Yes, the bald-faced man is sitting and chatting. Living that best healthcare life. Fiona decided to join us today. How is everybody's day going? It's beautiful here in Indiana today. Healthcare is not cool. I mean, I'm sure the people that work in healthcare are pretty wore out right now. I work in group home, so mine's a little bit easier, not so intense as the healthcare workers in hospitals and whatnot. But all right, currently nice. You plowed and disked the garden spot. Awesome. Wiccan chicken, Missy, cold and windy. It's like it's bright and sunny out today. It's a little windy, but I think it was almost 60. I met up with my aunt and my friend Christina, and we went on another foraging adventure. So if you didn't see my video earlier this week, I went foraging in my personal yard, and I was able to find purple dead nettle. And I dehydrated that, and I am saving that in a jar for later use in like salves and teas and stuff like that. And then so today we went for tangle gut, which is like a wild green that pops up around April every year in the spring. And so that's I got a mess of that for dinner tonight. We're gonna fix that up. Pretty excited. Anybody ever have tangle gut? 47, Missy. That is cold. Yeah, no, we're in the 60s right now. We're supposed to we're supposed to get a little bit warmer tomorrow even. And then, but tomorrow's supposed to be a little rainy. I wanted to get out into the garden today a little bit, but I don't know if that's going to happen because I have to cook dinner still. But we'll see. My goal was to try to get my peas in the ground, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. My root veggie bed is doing really good. All of the radishes are coming up. So I had French breakfast radishes and cherry radishes. They're all starting to come up, quite a few of them. And then turnips were coming up. And then I think that was it right now. I have my carrots covered because I heard that is supposed to help. Oh, thanks, Missy. Oh, Chrissy. My bad. My bad, Chrissy. Thanks for popping in, hitting that like button, showing me a little bit of support there. Yep, that's Fiona, the kitty cat in the back. All right. Nathan, you already got peas and potatoes planted. Nice. We still have some cold days, not cold days, cold nights coming up. So I wasn't sure about getting potatoes out, but I was talking with my granny earlier today, and they're getting ready to get their peas and potatoes out. So I figured it's good a time as any. All right. Oh, Missy, what did you get planted today? Hey, Kira, how are ya? Thanks for joining. Arkansas Woodcutter, hello. How are you? It's coming back a little bit. Little stubbles here. And Kira, that's Fiona. She's the prissy one that is the ruler of all. So, for the folks that just popped on, we were just chatting about how the weather is out today. In Indiana, it's in the 60s and it's sunny. It's a little windy, so it's got a slight chill to it, but it's a pretty nice day out. I met up with my aunt earlier, and we went and picked Tanglegut, which is a wild growing green here and flower, and I'm going to be fixing that up later. Another foraging adventure. Yeah, Kira, I've seen the on social media. You've been busy with yours, with your beds and stuff. So you've got the onions, radishes, peas, chard, cabbage, kale, and your perennials. It's perfect out a little breeze. Yeah, about the same here. I wish I were outside working in the garden more today, but I needed to clean up inside a little bit. I'm getting ready to do dinner, and like I said, I was outside foraging earlier. All right. Okay. Oh, hey Jess, how are ya? Sorry, my setup is my iPad and my phone. So if I look down a lot, that's why. I'm trying to catch up and read comments because my iPad is much bigger than my phone screen here. So Billy Joe McAllister held up 2 months from going from Boston down to 30-acre property in Southern Virginia. My wife and I lost all the beginning growing season, plus a medical courier staying to help. Well, good on you for staying and helping. That's awesome. Okay, Missy, you got jalapenos, yellow bells, lettuce, and mustard today. Awesome. Last week you had lettuce, tomatoes, cauliflower, sweet potatoes. Oh, I saw your sweet potato slips. That was cool. And carnival peppers. Thomas Farmoki, YouTube killed your live for some reason. What happened there? Huh. That's strange. Nice. But yeah. So far the only thing I have planted outside is my root veggies. Radishes, beets, carrots, turnips, things of that nature. But inside I've got my grow light system set up, which here, sorry, bumped the camera. You can kinda, it's a little messy, so don't pay attention to that, but I can be around here. And see my shelf set up, and then the table set up. The table with all the pots there has all of my basil that I'm growing. I have 13 rows of basil there. That also has my pepper starts. Well, trying to anyway. It's been it's been kind of chilly in here, so I moved them over in front of the heat to see if the soil temperature can get up and get some more of those germinate. But I've got cabbages over there and lettuces, and all my tomatoes are coming in, and I've got a whole bunch of goodies over there, and I'm very excited about that. Okay. Homestead Dreaming. Kira, I'm getting antsy to put peppers and tomatoes. Yes, peppers and tomatoes. My tomatoes are coming in pretty good. The one I was most excited about, Paul Robeson tomatoes, they did not germinate well, so I think I'm gonna throw in some small, or a few more, just to be safe and try to get a few more to germinate. But I've got a ton of Dr. Witchies, or however you pronounce it, and then a San Marzano, a ton of those as well. And by a ton, I mean like 8+ plants each. I did a lot. My goal is to have like 35-ish tomato plants. And then I have a couple of friends that I'm going to hook up with some tomato plants as well. And then it's my peppers that I'm concerned about. I've not got a ton of peppers that popped up. My cayenne peppers popped up really well. But my bell peppers are coming in slow. My jalapenos aren't coming in yet. My chilies aren't coming in yet. My Chinese 5 colors aren't coming in yet. So that's why I moved that tray over to where they get a little bit closer to that heat source. I don't have a heat mat, and we don't have our main heat on anymore because it's been warm. We just use the fireplace. So I'm very excited. All right, let me catch back up on the chat here and see what. Nathan's got you got a ton out in the greenhouse. I wish I had a greenhouse. That's goals right there. I'm thinking about next year. My shed needs repaired, as in like the roof is kind of rotting away. All right. How's the sound? Can you guys hear me yet? Okay, there we go. I could hear the replay on my iPad. There we go. I could hear the replay on my iPad. Yeah, so using my phone, turn that back down. I don't need an echo. Using my phone, sometimes the Streamlabs app signs me out in the middle of my live, and that's what happened. So I had to close the app and sign back in. I don't know. But, hey, Jan, how are ya? What's going on? And, it did sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks earlier, though. I have no idea what was going on. Okay, I feel like I missed something. Okay, yes, Billy Joe McAllister asked, do you find doing lives easy or comfortable YouTube, in my opinion, making videos by cut and editing makes me seem semi-sane. Okay. Um, I do find lives okay. I do psych myself out. I get really nervous, really nervous, really nervous. I'll get like all hot and sweaty, and then I'll get going, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fine. uh, the thing I stress out about the most is the fact that I don't have a good webcam, so I use my phone, and I can't stream directly through YouTube, so I have to use StreamYard or Streamlabs. I'm using Streamlabs, and to do that, I can't. I haven't figured out how to like have the live set up and like on cue for people to be to start chatting and whatnot beforehand. Uh, because every time I set one up beforehand and then I go to Streamlabs app and I find the event and I click live, it never actually goes live. It just keeps spinny wheeling of death, and so I have to then just through the app create a a new live event for people to join, and then it goes through fine. So I don't know. It's a little frustrating and confusing there. I wish YouTube would just let established folk that are under 1,000 subs use their phone to stream, but I understand some of the reasoning behind that. Okay. Deb's Way. Hello, how are you? Yes, I just found your channel today too. We were on No Dough Acres live this morning, correct? And and so yeah, it's nice to see you. Thanks for joining over here, Deb. I only got to check out your channel a little bit. I have plans to go back over though and take a look. And then yeah, I can't wait until I it's in my plans to eventually get one better laptop, and two, a webcam so that I can stream through the computer and not through my phone. It's just frustrating. My wife has a Mac, and I'm thinking I'm gonna either start stealing her Mac to use, or I will get my own eventually. When we both went back to school this past semester, and so she wanted a laptop. I got my iPad because the iPad was more compatible with the online school system that I was doing, and so the iPad doesn't really help me do much with the YouTube streaming. So yeah, Missy, 10 years old laptop. That's an old one. I'm surprised it's still ticking if it's still going. Mine is only a couple years old. The laptop itself, it was my wife's, and then when she upgraded, I took over that one. It's just slow. It was a cheaper laptop, so. Billy Joe, I confirmed your terror of doing lives. Technology, is that the terror? That is that's the biggest frustration for me. If you ever notice, my lives are always scheduled at 6 and 10, and I'm always 6:05, 10:05, like 10:10. I'm never right on the dot. I'm always running late. That's the story of my life, though. I'm always late. So, uh, yeah, but loving the weather today. The sun's shining through my front window. It's fantastic. It puts you in just a good mood. I'm a warm weather person. I'm a sunshine person, and so I love having that sun be out finally. Yes, we're gonna have some chillier days coming up, but I'm excited. So, uh, Jess, there's a webcam on the laptop, but I haven't played with it yet. I need to start doing lives. Jess, yes, you should do some lives. You should play around with it. You can do private lives and invite just some people that you trust to go, and so you can test out how your stuff's working. I just discovered this recently. Otherwise, I would have practiced more using that, but it is that is something that you could do. Test out that webcam. The webcam on my laptop is not the greatest, uh, but overall, you really don't need a fancy lab. I mean, I guess I probably could use it if I could get my laptop to charge. That's the main issue, the charge. And but I don't know. I guess I'm not that concerned about the quality. For some reason, the webcam on your laptop doesn't work. Yeah, so Jess, when you are setting up the live, it gives you the option, just like when you're ready to post a video, it gives you public, unlisted, or private. So you can do it unlisted, and then you can just send certain people the link, and then only those people can find you. You would be surprised, Deb. I thought I was going to freeze up, but doing lives, but turns out I just like to hear myself talk, and I just blabber on. And then Missy, I will do a live if your son can fix it. Okay, yeah, you should definitely check it out and see if he can get you hooked up, and then let us know, and we'll be over and check out your live and chat with you. Ooh, Jess, that's a good idea. A canning live stream? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. There's a lot of folks that I think would like that. It's fun. That, and it's a good opportunity to do a live stream just because it can be a lengthy process. So, showing people how to do it and chatting more about it and being able to have more discussion to help fill in some of that time is smart. Anyone can. Yes. I have not done pressure canning yet. That's on my bucket list for this season, is to get a pressure canner and learn how to do it. But water bath canning, this is my third year doing it, and I'm pretty confident that I just make sure to follow known and trusted recipes, and I've never had any issues. But I'm very excited for the garden this year. I'm just like a little child. I get so giddy every time I look over at my plant starts and how well they're doing, and all that I've learned this year has just been amazing to me. Like, I think that's the biggest treat, is knowing that I've learned something, I've been able to apply it, and now it's working, and I can see that it's working. So, Deb, Jess, did you guys get to see my seed start setup? I can't remember if you were on when I flipped it around, because I can flip it back around and show you. Because I have it all set up in my living room, because, that's my life. Yeah, on the live here. I've added some lights since I think you've seen maybe the first, Jess. So I can flip it back around and show you. Because that's what, we've been chatting about. So, like I said earlier, ignore some of the mess. But here's all my grow lights. I've got 3 shop lights from Walmart that I learned that I could use from Cog Hill Farm. And then up top there are my strawberries and more seeds. On the table down over here in the brown pots, those are all of the different types of basil that I'm working on. Very excited about that. Eventually, the Broke Urban Farmer will be Buff Basil, Broke Urban Farmer Basil. and that'll be my market name. And I'll be going to markets selling the basil, and and that'll be this year. I'm not selling any basil. I'm growing like 13 different varieties to try to see which ones I like the best. So there's that. So all right. Hopefully I didn't go too fast. Hopefully Deb and Jess were able to see it. Oh, yep, Jess, I see your comment there now. That looks awesome. Thank you. Thank you. If you it's not perfect, and I've got some plans on how I'm going to change it for next year, but in a pinch it works great. It's just not enough space. The shelves aren't long enough to accommodate for full use of the light, so the lights hang over a little bit, and I can't get two full trays on each shelf. So it's just taking some finagling and stuff to get all the plants under lights, and I hope that and sorry, I just read a comment and it threw me. Uh, uh, yep, I've lost it. Oh well. Scottie, when does broke urban farmer become well off urban farmer? That is a great question. I have no idea. I am going back to school. I work, for those that don't know, I work as a direct support professional, team leader in a home that where I support four gentlemen with developmental or intellectual disabilities, and the company that I work for has a lot of growth opportunities within it. And so I went back to school to finish off my bachelor's degree. I have an associate's degree, so I'm finishing my bachelor's, and then will hopefully be able to move up within the company. And the goal behind moving up in the company is to be able to pay off debt faster, then be able to start saving up for like an ideal homesteading property, whether that be a 5 to 10 acre plot within town, which there are a few plots that are available like that in town, or it be a farm in the country. Because with the craziness in the world, I want to be able to be more food secure, and so I'm trying to get things in motion. So that's the goal. Thank you, Deb. Uh, I have 3 shop lights on my shelf, 2 foot by 4 foot shelves, so they actually need 2 lights per shelf, but one step at a time. Yes, exactly. Right now, mine is not very. I think it's only a foot wide, so it fits one tray perfectly, and the whole tray gets light. It's just the length is just too short, like maybe a couple inches too short. So I can't get the 2 trays side by side there to fill in the full length of the light, and so that's my struggle. And so I think I'm gonna have to troubleshoot and figure out a way to be able to get more under the lights. So maybe next year I'll have to build something. We'll see. So yeah, that's this is my kitty cat Fiona. Come here. People want to see you. Oh, she was taking a nap. That's Fiona. Say hi. Say hi. She's the queen around here, so she'll probably run off as soon as I let her go. All right, go on, go on. Billy, so make sure your land is on the side of no restrictions. 2+ acres prefer. Yes, yes, that is the goal. Is to find. Ideally, I'd like to have 5+ acres, and I want at least a solid running stream or creek that goes through it, or something access to water, or if it has a pond. But ponds take up a lot of land real estate. But then I could add fish in it. I don't know. I at least want some sort of water source. Um, and My idea behind having a steady flowing stream or creek that's consistently flowing is the ability to use some what little hydroelectric turbines as well to power certain things. Obviously not going to a creek or a stream isn't going to give you a power for your whole house, but if it could light a light and something for a chicken coop or a barn, or just something like that, make use of it. That, and in a crisis time, I have access to water. I'd like to eventually get a Berkey water filter, so then I've got a way to have clean water. Okay, let me catch back up here. Yeah, she was sound asleep. She is cute, but she's also the devil. Fiona is. No, she transitioned over to my wife's chair, which is identical to mine. It's just away from me and the camera. Normally, she'll probably come back. If I call her, she'll probably come back. Fiona, come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. She's right at my chair now. She's just being. Come here. Come on. There, she's on my armrest. Ah, there. Oh, okay. There you go. I'll let you sleep now. She likes to sleep on the back of the chair. Berkeys are awesome. Yeah, I've heard amazing things about them. Hey, get down. Dog. Sorry. Oh, she left me again. Back over to the wife's chair. Yes, I would love to get a Berkey, but we'll see. I've got a ton of other wish list items on my to get list. Right now, I'm the Alexa Pro water filter Missy. I haven't looked into that one. I'll have to do some research. Right now, I'm trying to snag some cheap property through my county's commissioner certificate sale. Just a city lot, so I can have an expanded area for gardening. There's a lot just a few blocks over from me. It's slightly elevated up that I think would be awesome. Currently, the current bid on that is only $51. So I'm thinking I'm going to try into... The auction ends on Wednesday, so I'm going to still try and snag that one. And I want that for... That one has some trees and stuff on it, and I think I might make that a little food forest over there. Add in some more... It has plenty of space for fruit trees and stuff like that. So... Who knows? We'll see. It's always possible that they go up higher than what I'm willing to pay. And I'm not seeing a ton of activity on the auction site right now. And that's probably because the auctions started on Friday? Thursday. It started on Thursday and it goes through next Wednesday. So I'm sure that we'll see some more activity here soon. Alright, let's see. Our 30 acres has everything but a water source. Wants to dig. So it says we are on a huge hillside terrace. River nearby, but not ours. Yeah. I will be forming concrete runs for aquaponics system. Oh, that'll be awesome. I would love to get into aquaponics. Uh it's such a great way to grow food. And it's just like it's like a circle. It feed the fish, supply the nutrients to the food, to the vegetables and the plants. The plants then provide additional nutrients down to the water for the fish, and it's just a nice little circle. And so yeah, that would be awesome. Aquaponics. I am. Uh, I have worked on a board for a nonprofit organization called the Joe and Jane Project, which is a local nonprofit that creates battle buddies for at-risk veterans or at-risk youth with another member of the military. And one of the programs we were looking at one point was creating some sort of community food program that they could help run, and I developed a full layout. It was a 12-acre plot of land, and with the right aquaponics systems and gardening techniques and animal and crop rotation and stuff like that, that 12 acres was enough to produce enough food for that entire county for a year, like, of food. So it was amazing working on that project. That's not anything that they're currently actively seeking out, because obviously it would be millions and millions of dollars to do something like that. But it has been talked about starting small. My platform here is no matter where you're living, an apartment, if you're renting, if you own a home in town, or if you just have a small piece of property, you should be able to grow your own food. And there are cheap ways to do it. And you don't have to start by growing all your food. Start by growing just your salad greens, because those are going to be nice and easy to learn how to do first. And then slowly build on as you can. Utilize flower beds as food growing beds, and you can make really pretty landscapes with vegetable plants. So what I like to do is in the front of my house I have a sidewalk that kind of arches and curves and goes back around the house. So along the porch side of that sidewalk, I put a bunch of rainbow Swiss chard last year, and it just got these really big, beautiful, colorful leaves, and it just looked like some sort of landscaping plant, like, that I was using to fill in, and so it worked out nice. Oh, look at that! Jess smashed a troll. Thank you, Jess. I wasn't even paying attention. Uh, Jess, I'd love to have 20 acres with woods, some clearing for a huge garden, but want a creek like the one you have now. Yes, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. There's actually a property just across the street from my grandparents, and they live out in the country, and it has a cleared space that's currently being used as a cornfield or a soybean field, farm field, and that is big enough to put like a house and some animals and stuff like that on it, and then it backs up to a wood, and in the wood there's nice creeks. That would be amazing to have, but I don't got the money for that. Hence, I'm still the broke urban farmer. Leafy greens are easy. Yes, they are. Um, Cherry tomatoes are easy. Weed like so popping up, I cannot kill them no matter how. Yes. Omar, or not Omar, sorry, Osman. Hello, how are you? I don't know that I've seen you here before. Well, welcome. Bosnia. Um, I know of it. I couldn't pinpoint it on a map, I don't believe. So we were just talking about gardening and the space that you have and utilizing what you have. You're new. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And we were just kind of talking about how leafy greens and cherry tomatoes are some of the easiest things to start out with when you don't have a lot of space and you think you have a black thumb versus a green thumb. So, uh, and then so that's kind of where we've been chatting. Uh, and then also talking about dream properties, about having how many acres of land we'd like and streams and stuff like that. We have a lot of space here because we don't have a lot of people. Gotcha. Bosnia is to the right of Italy near Serbia. Okay. My wife's Decca was from Serbia. Uh, I never met him, but she talks about him often. And I've kind of lost my train of thought. That happens a lot. But how long have we been going? I don't even know. Almost at the 30-minute mark. So, does anybody have any questions for me? I'm going to try to keep, since I'm doing these twice a day, I'd like to keep them short and sweet. Plans for solar. That would be wonderful to do solar. And I've looked into wind as well. And it's just costly. At least the systems I've looked at. And I've been too scared to... I think I'd be too scared to try and do it myself. But who knows? Maybe I'll get braver as I step more into homesteading. I have looked up ways to make smaller wind turbine units for city use, and I've thought about making a couple of small ones. I have a dead fan that I've been saving upstairs to use that blade for, and just seeing if I could run like electric light to my bunny rabbit enclosure or something like that, just to start tinkering with it and getting familiar with it. But who knows? Jan, our Serenity Homestead. We have no neighbors and we like it that way. Yes, I love your property set up with like how you're amassing your properties all together. It's great and it's beautiful. I love every time you flip your camera on outside. It's beautiful. So I am also a very social person though, so I still need some people. I gotta be close to people. But that's why we're in town, because we, at least me, am a very social person. Oh, excuse me. Living in the country, I felt can get kind of isolating sometimes. But we'll see. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I do thank everybody for joining me. I will have a live every Saturday, 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. I'm trying it, doing the 2 times to try to make it accessible to the most amount of people, and so I'm just gonna try to keep them shorter and sweeter, and hopefully that will allow more people that I don't get to chat with regularly time to be able to come and chat with me. So for right now, I will sign off. And I thank you all for joining me. It's been a great little chat. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I will talk to you guys all later. And maybe I might see some of you tonight even. So, thanks everybody. I'll talk to you later.